So for me, this deck is probably one of the biggest surprises of the expansion. I thought it was going to be terrible, but it turns out to be kind of like a 7 or 8 out of 10 kind of deck with really good draw, decent spells from all 3 classes, and really good closeout with Fireballs and Apex's Blasts. So with this deck, since the main problem is frost spells, we basically hard mulligan for anything that doesn't draw or freeze. Or no, we hard mulligan for anything that does, not doesn't. So yeah, we got Flurry, even though it's not necessarily a great spell, since we only have 6 frost spells and it's going to be the thing that limits us the most. Obviously, we have to keep it. Fire Sale is a fine card to have in our opening hand because at the end of the day we can just trading it, and obviously we want the quest as well because that is literally how we win the game. Just grabbing my hat real quick. I put it on the ground for whatever reason. I don't even remember why I put it on the ground, but I do need to maintain my hair because it is an absolute mess. Because I've been moving and I haven't been paying attention to hygiene, which is would not recommend. Hygiene being specifically top of my head. But anyway, moving on. We're probably gonna trade Fire Sale next turn. Unless he plays like a 1/1 that I can just ping off for whatever reason. Well, okay, fine. I guess there are also things that I could draw that would make this different as well. We'll see. Ironically enough, Arcane is a thing we have the most of. I think we have 10 or 12 of those spells, and that is the one we do not currently have. I'm just gonna kill that to play around like what's it called? The Blessing of, or the Hand of a Doll, sorry. Because if he does that and it becomes a 3/2, then it becomes a lot more of a problem to deal with. So I'd rather just ping that off now than anything else. Is he gonna play the 4/2? We actually got another Ice or Frost spell, which is super weird. That almost never happens. Arcane Intellect's fine, we'll just ping it. We'll maybe kill it next turn depending on what he plays. He's going for Hand Buff Paladin, which is pretty bad for me if he gets a lot of good hand buffs early. I do think that the 4/2, yeah, okay. So we do manage to probably stall out for a little bit here. Like we can go Arcane Intellect to draw some cards. We can then Flurry it. And we have, you know, we have ways of keeping this all in check. Like I can also, you know, Refreshing Spring Water next turn, and Fireball his face, and that would finish my quest, right? Yeah, that would finish the first part of my quest. Really, all I'm looking for here is something to help me kill the 6/3. Like, First Flame, Second Flame would be great. Devolving Missiles would be fantastic. Even Ignite, to a certain extent, would be good. I just need that one of those fire spells to, like, actually hit it. I mean, I could also Ruined Orb, but I really just want to finish the first part of my quest. And it's really weird that the thing that's stopping me is fire spells right now. But we'll see what happens. Hand of a Doll. A little weak. Cram Session, also a little bit weak. Could also just Apex's Blast this. But no, we're gonna go with Refreshing. Devolving, very, very good. I just need to hit each of them one time, please. Perfect, that's beautiful. Wait, what? Losing Divine Shield. Wait, that's weird that that's how that interaction works, but also kind of cool. I don't mind that. It did lose Divine Shield. I just thought that transforming it would make it like a completely different minion, so I didn't think that that's how it would work. But at least I know now that Devolving Missiles doesn't get around that weapon. So interesting. Interesting for sure. But yeah, no Incanter's Flow early as well was pretty bad. We want a hard mulligan for draw, Incanter's Flow, and frost spells. So pretty much everything else we get rid of. Wow, dude, standing is so hard. Got a standing desk. I think I talked about this in the last video, but just standing is so much harder than like moving. My legs get so much more tight. Like I can play basketball for like 4+ hours with my friends, no problem. Well, I mean, obviously we'll get tired, but like, no real problem. But then I'll stand here for a couple of minutes, no, a couple of hours, I guess, and I will be on death's door, just waiting. I'm being a little bit dramatic, obviously, but you get the point. I want a first flame. Could I? Oh, I shouldn't have used the brain freeze that one turn. Oh, that's bad. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. We finish this, we can play boom, boom, next turn. Or rather, boom, ruined orb next turn. Ooh, or we could finish this quest this turn, actually. So we go ruined. Actually, we could probably go arcane intellect, honestly. Boom, arcane. Freeze them both. And then we get to discover something. And I want to discover, like, brain freeze, I guess ideally would be my go-to. Oh, no, we just discover a spell in general. Oh, I thought we discovered one from our deck. I think I like combustion then. We're already gonna play this. This is too expensive as a frost spell, so... let's get rid of that. Yeah, minion lost its divine shield, that's fine. I'll be able to kill other stuff off, it'll be okay. I really need that fire sale card. Really need fire sale to help me wipe this board. Dude, his hand buff, it's not even like a ton of buffs right now and I'm still in trouble. But we need to play, what is it? We need to play one frost, one arcane. So we can go boom, and again, interestingly enough, arcane is the thing that we're struggling with the most here. We fireball that so we don't die. And then, honestly, we'll Ice Barrier next turn. We can still Ice Barrier and play the 5-drop next turn. I am so stupid. I thought I'd have enough to play. Okay, that actually messes up everything. I mean, I guess it depends on when he plays this turn anyway. Like, maybe I wouldn't have been able to do it. Maybe I go Ice Barrier or Pexus Blast, or I do something to kill the 4-2. Oh, man. We will be able to draw a lot of cards off of this, to be fair. But... oh my gosh, I can't believe I actually did that. I can't believe I screwed up that badly. Boom, we'll just ping it. Blast it for 2. And continually keep his minions at bay. So that way he can't pump anything on the board. Cone of Cold will be a pretty good way at stalling out. And I think that we managed to win this game. I think that we can still manage to win this game, despite some pretty heavy misplays early on. Arcanist into Fire Sale's pretty good. Arcanist into Cone of Cold, just to stall out's actually pretty good as well. And then we always have that cram session to just regain everything. His minions in his hand are freaking huge, by the way. I just like to say, this minion right here is literally like a 12-12. There's nothing I can do about it. On the bright side, he's playing something really weak. He's just trying to snowball and get as much as he can, which isn't a bad play, I don't think. But I also don't necessarily think it's that good. We play a 7-7. And we can draw 4. And worst comes to worst, I just ignite that. No, actually, I think we ignite it first, so that way we can try to draw it after the fact. And we don't get rid of the Divine Shield thing. So we go up to 9 cards. We do get an Incanter's Flow. We get both of our Incanter's Flows. I'm going to be honest, it's a bit late. We'll be able to draw through most of the rest of my deck this turn. Or this next turn. Go Incanters, Incanters like Cram. Or Incanters, Incanters, Refreshing. And that should honestly be fine. Should honestly be very good. Refreshing, and then we can also Cram. and play some of the other cheaper things like the Ignites. We can, if we draw a couple of those, that would be really solid. We just burn him down. I think we kill him over the course of 2 more turns. Yeah, we do actually kill him over the course of 2 more turns, which is really nice. That is a big boy. He should hit with the 1-2 if he were smart. I'm not saying he's not smart. I probably would have done that in a different way. But okay. Interesting. Interesting way to play it out. Again, I think it's Incanters, maybe Incanters, Brain Freeze Cram. And if I play Refreshing Springwater first, I mean, it's going to be pretty likely that I'm able to play Cram Session afterwards anyway. You just got to use those up. I do think it has to be Refreshing, though. Fire Sail's fine. Apex's Blast is fine. 6 to everything, and then just Apex's Blast his face. Let me get a 5-4. That's not terrible. We can also just freeze everything again. I'm very sad that we didn't get another Ignite, but if we Cram Session next turn, we will get the Ignites. In fact, if we top deck an Ignite, that's super sick as well. I think we just have good damage. I think we could just beat him. I think the reason why I beat this guy isn't because I should have beat him with this tech. I think that I beat this guy literally because he just greeted and wanted to get really, really big minions, and I just had good free spells, and I curved out well enough to where I just punished him. Because, like, this card right here, these cards, this 0, 1, 2, these cards are friggin' enormous minions. Like, 8/8s plus for probably really cheap. And he's just not playing them because he wants them to be bigger, and he doesn't realize, like, how much damage I can do. So it just comes with experience of the matchup, which he doesn't have. Like I said, it's a 12-12. To be fair, he was an 8 mana card, but that's pretty bad. But honestly, as long as I just brain freeze this one minion, I'm fine, honestly. That's 5 for free into Cram Session to draw a whole bunch more. Wait, do I just kill him? That's 8, 9. No, I don't want to kill him like that. Oh, it's so cringe. He's just dead. That's so rude. Never mind. Well, we beat him, but... Okay, so we have Incanter's Flow, but we don't have Draw or a Frost Spell, so we get rid of Fireball because it's bad. Okay, we do have 2 Arcanes, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think at the end of the day, since we have the most Arcanes, this is fine if I just use one of them, especially considering one of them draws me cards anyway. So both of our plans are... It's kind of funny. Literally, both of our plans are to finish our quest as quickly as possible, a lot of the times by interacting with the opponent's board, which is a little bit weird. And then burst the opponent down like 2 turns after you finish your quest. So ideally, games end by turn like 8. Sometimes a little bit earlier. So it should be interesting to see who wins this matchup, because I think that Warlock is better, but I think that based on how much burn Mage has, it's still very possible that Mage is able to win. And I do think that this version is better than a lot of the other versions I've seen out there, because I've seen a lot of people not run Ice Barrier. They've been running like Ring Toss to try to get a couple of secrets out there, and it just doesn't work very well. To be quite honest with you, it just doesn't work very well. Because you really need those free spells. You really need things like Ice Barrier and Brain Freeze and Flurry. Specifically Ice Barrier. I don't know why I said the other 2 things. The other 2 things everybody runs, but... Also, a thing I've been thinking about getting rid of, maybe, is Font of Power. I think that I don't really need them. I think that the only cards I really need is Apex's Blast for the no minion synergy, and I could take out both Font of Powers, maybe put in the spell damage ones, the Primordial Studies, or just run more free spells. You know, we could run a Cone of Cold or something. That would be interesting. So obviously we're still in the process of testing the waters, seeing what works, what doesn't with this deck, but I'm excited. I really am. Incanter's Flow again. I do really like that for my turn 4 play. It does feel really good, so if I eventually do finally draw a Frost Spell, like, we can pop off. So my goal is Incanter's Flow next turn, Fireball the face, I know he's gonna have some decent healing, but I still wanna apply that pressure, get that fire spell out of the way, and then go Refreshing Spring Water and hopefully get a Frost spell and start actually getting things underway. That would be great. That's exactly what I wanna see happen. And really, we don't need fireballs all that much to win. I think that the main way that we win late game is actually ignites. And since we have a Pexus Blast in here as well, it definitely helps. Like there's an Apexis. I think we just go Incanters though. And then ping it. Actually, I shouldn't have pinged that. Because like I said, the only thing I can do, the only thing I can use my Frost spells are the enemies. So now if I end up getting a Flurry, this is just experience. And this is something that I haven't needed to think of that much before. So I apologize if I misplay a little bit with this deck. But in that situation, I feel like leaving up a 1-1 and just fireballing the face still would have been the correct play. I actually think that was 100% the correct play, and I blundered a little bit there. Because again, it doesn't really matter about that 1-1. He does 1 more damage to me. That's not his win condition. Although I do think it's nice that I saved the fireball in case he plays the 2-6, because I will have to figure out a way to kill that realistically. Oh, we can still kill that though. It's fine. Still need a Frost and a Fire, so we can go boom. Brain Freeze is good, and Ignite's very good, actually. Do I want to go Brain Freeze and Fireball to kill that off? It will draw me a card. No, wait, we can Brain Freeze and Apexis Blast it. And then we can Ignite his face for free. Finishing that, we do end up getting to draw a card, moving closer to the finishing of the quest. We have another Fire and Arcane, both of which are decent. We have 18 cards left in our deck, and 5 of them are Frost spells, so I feel like it's actually not that unlikely that we get one soon. But that Flesh Giant was a little big. I didn't expect him to be running a build with a Flesh Giant. He's coining out what on turn 6? He could be like coining to life tap something. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, that makes a lot more sense now. He's gonna play Flesh Giant again. He's gonna do that, hero power for free, play Flesh Giant, and be an absolute menace to society. Or Flurry. Honestly, with the Encanter's flows, I think that we're actually in a really good spot. And this Cram Session, as soon as we finish the quest, we drop 5-drop, we drop Cram Session, we just go crazy. Yes, okay. Fire Sale. We don't want you, so let's send you back. We get Arcane Intellect, that's fine. Let's draw some cards. Another Fire Sale. Holy crap. Okay, hit this into his face. Oh, these all suck so bad. I mean, this is actually not terrible if I can play the big thing, but the problem is I have to play the big thing, and I still need to play 1 fire. We'll play this for free. See if we can discover a free spell of some sort, man. If not, we have to fireball him in. No, we could just go full face, honestly. Deep Freeze? Oh my god. I mean, he doesn't kill me, but that's really bad. I really wanted another Frost spell. The fact that I didn't get one is bad. I've drawn through half my deck and I've drawn 2 of my 6. I mean, I guess that doesn't make, it's not too bad statistically, but it is still pretty bad. School Spirits, it's not counter spell, it's fine. That actually helps me. I can just fireball one of his minions now. I can actually kill both off now. Unless he... Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. If he doesn't heal... then we just kill him. If he does heal, however, somehow, with 0 mana remaining, Then we kill that off with Second Flame and Ignite, actually. But if he doesn't heal... You don't heal? Oh, no, we just win. Well played. Okay, never mind, we just won. We got pretty unlucky with the Frost Spells, but we still win. That's pretty sick. I do think that historically, this is probably one of my worst matchups, just because Hunter's so good at dealing damage really quickly. But we have Draw, we have Frost, which is usually hard to come by, and we have the Arcane. So I'm okay with that. This isn't bad to me. Worst case scenario, we can Incanter's Flow and Coin Brain Freeze something. Which wouldn't even be terrible, I don't think. Also, for those of you who don't know, I probably should have been talking about this more. I'm switching over back to Twitch for monetary reasons, I think. As much as I want to stream on YouTube, I don't think I can do it anymore realistically. Just throwing it out there. I should probably talk about this in my videos. But anywho, not as important as the actual gameplay itself. You guys don't care. My Twitch is in the description, but that's about it. Incanter's Flow turn 2, that's fine. That's interesting, actually. Not quest, but still going something to discover a spell. Kind of weird champ, if you ask me. Incanter's Flow is obviously what I have to do first. Then we have Ignite and this, so we can actually finish it right off the bat, which is pretty cool. I think I want to play Ice Barrier first and foremost, though, because I think that he'll actually hit in and give me armor, which is nice. And then I can, you know, play like Ignite and then Brain Freeze something else the turn after, which could all be very, very good. I just think it's better to get the armor immediately than later on. So then we have to play this fire, then we can go boom, boom, and then be one fire away from finishing the second part of my quest by turn 5, roughly. Especially if we play Arcane Intellect, we'll probably draw one, right? But yeah, we have to go Ignite first, unless we top deck like First Flame or something, which would be really strong, don't get me wrong. Like, I'd be happy with a First Flame. In fact, a First Flame would mean I finish both of my things immediately. Wow, what the fudge? There's no way. Okay, First Flame, sick. Blammo. That's so good, oh my gosh. That's so ridiculous. And we get a Brain Freeze. We actually get to just finish everything. I think I'd rather go with Draw than the Ruined Orb right now. Wow, and then we get to finish it the very next turn, and then we play 5-drop turn 6. I think I would like... I mean, I have a Fire spell, I have an Arcane, and I have a Frost. So it really comes down to what gets me the most value, and I think that in this particular case, even though I just took out Font of Power, Font of Power is still the best play here, because Oasis, not really going to have minions. Wildfire, I'm not ever going to hero power. At least Font of Power I could maybe use at some point to like search for an answer or some resources. Dire Frenzy is perfectly fine. That is so incredibly mean. I have to play an Arcane and a Frost, so... I think I go Ignite. Then I go Frost, I go Brain. Then I go Devolving. Then I get a 5-drop, and I just don't let him actually get this, which is nice for me. I'll leave the 1/1 up, I don't really care. Let's just draw a couple of cards, I think. Refreshing and Cram Session, so we can literally just go boom into Cram Session next turn. Actually, that probably doesn't work. We'll probably, we probably don't do that, now that I think about it. We have to actually play some other cards. We'll probably play Refreshing Springwater first and just see what happens. Ooh, we might actually have to kill that 2/3, now that I think about it. But it's fine. We go Refreshing. Draw 2 for free. We can go Refreshing again, honestly. And then we drop U, and we'll probably just Ruined Orb this so it doesn't end up doing any more damage to me. I will take a Brain Freeze, because it'll help me kill off stuff in the future. I don't need Frost spells anymore, but it's still nice. And then we rapid fire out some of these spells, and then we refill my hand with Cram Session right after that. And I guess we just go full face with everything from here on out. We go like Apexis face, coin Apexis face, and okay, we Apexis face, and then we brain freeze the 4/5. Let's be real. Kills the 7/7, that's unfortunate. But again, we do have to kill this 5/5. It does draw him 4 cards, which is pretty bad. I mean, I guess we could also just go Cone of Cold, but that won't kill him. We'll go Apexis. See what minion we get. That was awful. But to be fair, I did get really lucky drawing that first flame, so I can't even be that mad. Then I guess I will, I don't want to Ice Barrier. I don't want to Cram Session either, honestly. Yeah, I'll just Ice Barrier. Stall out a little bit better. Empty my hand a little bit more. We can maybe kill him with Boom, Boom, Boom next turn, right? That's 9, 17. Yeah, we kill next turn. So, that's cool. And best thing is, potentially get even more damage off the top depending on what we draw. I guess this guy just didn't draw very well at all. We got an Ignite. That is unfreaking fair, man. Truly unfair. Hit him and then we'll Fireball his face. Can't just flow's not bad, and then boom. Mage beating a Hunter. What a wild experience. I do like having 1 extra Frost spell. I do think Font of Power was a waste. I think that this iteration of the build is the best, and it will be the one in the description when I make my deck code. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Another Warlock. I'm gonna be honest, I like this hand. I like this hand a lot. Even with the Fire Sale, it's just a tradable card. No, why would I ever keep a Fire Sale? I'm just gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna recycle it anyway, or trade it, whatever it's called. But we have Boom, we have a Frost, we have a cheap Fire. We should be able to finish the first part of this quest pretty easily. No early Incanters flow might end up being problematic, but what are you gonna do? Ruined Orb, turn 2, not bad. It's gonna go turn 2, turn 3, maybe even just turn 4, depending on what he plays. Then we get to draw a card, and again, ideally it's just we get Incanters flow early. Like, as soon as we draw it, we play it. Let's see what we get. I do like Font of Power here. Yes, Ice Barrier would have worked, and it is a Frost spell, but I think Font of Power is just too much value for a 1-cost spell to, like, pass up. Ignite is decent. I will play Ice Barrier. And then I'm going to Ignite next turn. The reason I'm going to Ignite next turn is because it's actually stronger once it goes back into your deck. So I'm fine with that. And if he wants to do more damage to himself, that might make it easier to burn him down later. I'm not sure. First Flame, that should finish this, right? Then we can actually second Flame it. And then ping it. And then get ready for these things in a turn or two. It's not bad. Let's go like that. We still need a Frost spell. Kind of wish I had the Ice Barrier now. But I mean, I couldn't play anyway because of that. You can Ruined Orb that. Really? Wow, these people are really going crazy with these self-damage cards. I think that the control version that I ran is a little bit better, but maybe it's better to do it this way. Maybe it's better to not go for Fatigue like I've been doing. I do like Ignite quite a bit. Freeze that, and we'll probably put Ignite into the deck. Just another one. We'll just start drawing more cards. Frost to destroy all frozen minions. I don't think I can play that just willy-nilly though, so we'll take that. Put another Ignite into the deck. Gosh, that's so bad. I mean, I can just play it so that way I can have extra mana later on. Which isn't terrible, I guess. Get accustomed to the smell. Okay. Okay. Brain freeze. Very good here. Wait. I finished this turn. I already played a fire. I play Frost and Arcane. And then I get to play the card also. I have to play Arcane. Frost. Finish it, and then I go Mana Biscuit, Big Minion. And now all I have to do is draw Cram Session. And I'm absolutely fine. Wait, this is really good. I finished the quest. I've got a good amount of burst damage in hand. This is pretty good. Drain Soul. Unstable Blast. He does damage to himself. Does that finish the quest? Doesn't quite finish the quest. That's nice for me. I don't have to worry for another like 1 or 2 turns, which is nice. Get another Arcane Intellect. Incanter's Flow. What a pleasant surprise. How nice of you to finally show up. Okay, if I can survive 2 more turns, I win. But I have to survive 2 more turns, which is not looking too likely unless I top deck an Apex's Blast this turn, in which case I think I still win. Especially if he does more damage to himself like that. I mean, if he doesn't heal too much more, like he has to play the 5-drop before he can start doing damage, but if he plays the 5-drop, that means he can't heal up, which means I just double fireball him and he's dead. Oh, sick. I actually win. Dude, these Font of Powers just don't feel that good to me. I actually think that we get rid of it for either A, more draw, or B, Frost Spells.